From beating the game in under 8 minutes to having the world's longest win streak in Bed Wars, Minecraft World Records have continued to stretch the limits of the game and prove what's really possible. However, like any other competitive game, Minecraft has seen more than its fair share of cheaters over the years. Cheating scandals in the Minecraft competitive scene are nothing new. In fact, they have been so common now that exposed videos don't even feel surprising nowadays. By far the most infamous speedrunning cheating incident in the game's history was pulled off by Drem, but at one point there was another runner with a super similar name, Drem, who also found himself in heavy crossfire after being exposed for faking a 1.16 RSG speedrun world record. Back in June of 2020, the YouTuber Mared with the in-game username Drem was discovered to be cheating in his Minecraft speedrun submission. According to speedrun.com's moderators, Drem had been caught splicing his run. You see, when you normally load into a brand new world, a random loading screen is generated for that specific seed, but when Drem loaded into the world for supposedly the first time, his loading screen started in the middle, but on the seed he supposedly ran, the loading screen always starts in the bottom left every single time without fail. There were many other odd behaviors throughout Drem's run, such as spotting a shipwreck after it was on the screen for the tiniest fraction of a second in a situation where a normal top level runner wouldn't even be looking at the water at all, as they would instead be aiming to find a village in the very visible savanna biome that Drem was running to. This of course heavily suggested that Drem was not playing his seed for the first time, as his movement and route in the game seemed to already be planned out. It was very quickly apparent to both the moderators and speedrunning community that the run was a bit too lucky to be true. It was at this time that a YouTuber named Cipher would make two very famous videos about the incident, breaking down the run and exposing Drem's cheating to millions. Due to Drem and Drem's names being extremely similar, there was a lot of confusion among the community, and Cipher himself was under very heavy fire initially by the fans of Drem, who thought Cipher was accusing Drem of cheating, something which at this time he wasn't even really suspected of. Cipher also used a very confusing thumbnail which placed Drem as a big focus in it, making the entire situation even more confusing. Drem himself at this time was also flamed for copying Drem's username, but in reality Drem had made the username while Drem was still under 1,000 subscribers according to him. Of course, as Cipher's video would go on to gather well over 10 million views, many weren't exactly happy with Drem, but at this point he had just tried to move on and continue with his own content, attempting to move away from the drama and focus on making YouTube videos. But things would suddenly take a turn a few months later when, without any warning, despite them having talked previously as well, Cipher would go on to upload a second video about the Drem situation, which would also go on to do exceptionally well, getting over 1.5 million views. It seems some of the viewers on this video began to start siding with Drem a bit more, as they felt it was unnecessary to bring up the situation again after the fact, as it had once again sparked up the controversy, causing even more hate to be sent in Drem's direction. Drem also stated that he, as well as some of his friends named Python and Zenith, all received death threats. Of course, it goes without saying that it's already crazy that he would receive death threats over a video game, but it truly is even crazier that his friends were caught in the fire, as they weren't even associated with the fake run whatsoever. Throughout the whole incident, Drem played a big role, commenting and providing a great reference to the speedrunning moderators as a speedrunner himself. Yet as we now know, Drem would ironically find himself on the other end of the story just a few years later. Eventually, Drem would make a now unlisted video simply titled Drem that attempted to address some of the backlash and threats he had faced as a result of Drem's involvement in the situation. In this video, he also stated multiple times that Drem's run was fake, something which Drem seemingly did not appreciate, as in his reply to the video, he stated that Drem shouldn't have spoke as if he was proven to be a cheater, which to be fair at this time he wasn't. Well, not publicly anyway. But while Drem's fake speedrun gathered a lot of attention from outside sources like Cipher's video, only very recently did it come to light that the most viewed Minecraft speedrun on all of YouTube was also fake. The run was a set seed speedrun by a player named nikocrafthd in 2019. Nico Spiron fell in a very niche category of set seed speedrunning, the pre 1.9 set seed any percent glitchless on peaceful mode. Now, despite this speedrun gathering an 8-figure view count and having been public on YouTube for over 4 years, it wasn't until very recently that the speedrunning community would finally catch Nico and expose him for faking this famous run. It wasn't even this run, however, that led to Nico being exposed as a cheater, as entire years later in 2022 he would post a second world record with a time of 2 minutes and 49 seconds. This run was verified on the speedrun.com leaderboard as the new world record, but not too long after did players start to become suspicious of Nico's run. You see, clouds in Minecraft don't exactly move too fast, which makes it particularly weird that in Nico's run, a cloud that on this set seed doesn't show up for over 25 minutes manages to find its way into a run that's under 3 minutes in total. Adding to the evidence against him, a TNT block that Nico can clearly be seen placing early on in his run seemed to have magically disappeared after he had completed the run, run, as well as there now being an F-shaped cloud in the sky, the exact cloud that can be spotted on the sea directly after loading into the world for the very first time. Of course, after realizing that Nico had cheated this run, speedrunners were quick to go back to his original and most famous video, analyzing it for any mistakes, which were incredibly hard to spot, as the video itself had no sound whatsoever, and it was also the first ever video on Nico's channel. And despite the run's lack of credibility at the time, the speedrunning community of Minecraft was rather young, and the standards of proof were generally low, especially in such an obscure category. For these reasons, Nico's record would be accepted by the speedrunning mods at the time, making its way to official leaderboards and gathering him 11 million views along the way. And despite this record being incredibly hard to prove as fake, eventually speedrunners noticed that in Nico's run, his hunger bar was inconsistent with the regular time it takes for Minecraft's in-game saturation feature to make the hunger bar shake, which according to a speedrunning YouTuber named PikaJ, happens every 3.05 seconds. In Nico's run, however, when he gets to the end fight, the bar suddenly stops moving for far longer than that, staying completely still for 34 seconds during the end fight, over 10 times longer than it should normally take. Of course, initially after posting this video, Nico's run went completely undetected for years, and after he had continued to post speedrunning videos on his channel, briefly starting a series where he would break Minecraft's supposedly official world records. You see, apart from speedrunning world records, there's an entirely separate scene in competitive Minecraft, which is the Minecraft World Records hosted by Guinness World Records themselves. Of course, Guinness World Records are usually for crazy achievements in real life, such as the oldest person to climb Mount Everest or the youngest person to win the Nobel Prize. But over the years, they have gotten progressively more strange, such as the largest gathering of people dressed up as Einstein or the longest duration spinning a basketball on a toothbrush. And if that wasn't enough, these records have now also stretched into the world of video games. Like many other weirdly specific records in the Guinness World Records book, the Minecraft records are oddly specific as well. The Minecraft records specifically consist of over 150 world record titles, which can be divided into three main categories. The first category are the records achieved by Minecraft itself, such as being the best-selling video game of all time, or other records that are related to the game itself, such as the strongest mob in Minecraft. The second category is the first-timers, such as the oldest Minecraft multiplayer server, which was actually held by Notch himself back in 2009, when he created a 4-minute video of him playing in a private multiplayer server with several of his friends. However, it's the third and final category where things start to get suspicious, consisting of many very strange and still ongoing Minecraft world records that can be very easily cheated. My favorite example of this is the record for the longest redstone trail in Minecraft. On Guinness World Records' official website, it only showed a simple screenshot of a player standing in front of a redstone trail with absolutely zero context. Alright, if I beat this, you have to subscribe. Let's see how long it takes me to beat it, and just do this, and let's go! Even upon researching the record holder's name on search engines, there's no proof that this record was ever in a video format or any way to prove it whatsoever. After manually digging through countless YouTube videos, I did find the previous world record held by a player named BF Raymond. Apart from this, there are also many other suspicious and possibly fake records, such as massive builds like the largest national flag ever built, which once again could be super easily faked with World Edit. I think it's only fair that everyone watching this video should go and attempt to break one for real. Yeah, I already know all of you are just gonna fake it anyway.